it comes. Oh, my goodness. In your life, have you seen anything like that? There it is. A win for the ages. Is it his time?
We are back for another episode of the Putting It Straight podcast, the podcast where we talk about everything golf. I'm your host, Matthew Fieldsend, and as always, I'm joined by my brilliant co-hosts, Simon Dainter, and this week, a very smug Tom Palmer. How are we doing, lads? You okay?
I'll
tell you what,
smile.
I told you.
Unbelievable.
Takes
You would not believe
all
how
the
long
points.
that's taken
So
us to set
happy.
up, by the way. Oh, look at him go. Unbelievable. Intolerable already.
I'm done. So I'm out. We're
Yeah,
done.
just go, mate. Just go.
Can't
It's
deal
fine,
with this.
Brilliant. I'm flying up that leaderboard now. What did I tell you? The very start of the podcast, I'm going to start at the bottom and then just work my way up and up and up.
You know,
and up.
it's so frustrating because he's actually doing exactly what he says.
I told you.
It's so frustrating.
He actually called it as well.
I've never wanted someone to get -5 every single week more than I do Tom.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what. And again, the Masters coming up now. So then creeping up and up and up.
Well, you've absolutely killed me off, to be honest, and you're catching me off as well. Like, I'm not even there. I might as well just not be here. Like,
I'm worried
so
now.
far down.
I'm getting worried.
I would be. He's very close.
It's one of them. It's just, I'm going to overtake, get right the way up to the top of the leaderboard.
Do you know what? I was so conflicted watching that last round last night because obviously I'm a Spieth fan and I've wanted him to get that win this season, that comeback win. But I knew Tom had picked him and there was just a part of me that was just like,
Yeah,
just not this week. Not this week.
tearing me apart.
It was
Absolutely tearing me
really
apart.
painful.
It was one of them. Last week, I was like, right, Spieth, he's going to win. Might as well pick him this week just to get my 10 points. Shoot up the leaderboard. No brainer.
Can't believe
I
it.
can't deal with it. If
No,
he wins again this week, that's it. You can find another co-host. I'm out.
He's gone. He's
I'm
gone.
off. Yeah.
Handed in his resignation. He's out.
Yeah. I'll make a rival podcast on my own.
Oh man. Well,
Good
look,
stuff there, mate.
it was a brilliant win for Spieth. Great to see him back in the winner's circle, even if it meant that Tom got 10 points. It marked his first win since the 2017 Open Championship, 1,351 days ago. So It's been a long, long wait for him. It's been a long road back. Obviously finished with a brilliant round of 66, going toe-to-toe with Charlie Hoffman, who, fair play to him, put up a really good fight, made it very interesting coming down the stretch. Obviously, Spieth's been in contention a lot this year already. Phoenix Open, he was close. AT&T Pebble Beach, Pro-Am, Arnold Palmer Invitational. It's taken him some time, but he's finally got there. What I wanted to ask you guys is, why do you think it's been such a long road back? I'll come to you first, Simon. Obviously, 2017 since his last win, and completely lost his form. A, why do you think he kind of fell off? And B, why do you think it's taken him so long to get back to the top?
So he talked about that he had some like mechanical issues and stuff that he was going on in his swing, and obviously he started to have some different thoughts and work on some different things basically in his swing. But he said he just went through a phase of just not knowing what the ball was going to do. And as a professional golfer, I suppose there's nothing scarier when you're playing the toughest courses in the world, not really knowing where your ball's going to go. You've got a two-way miss. And so it's not even as if you've got one side of the course that's safe. And I think, it was something that's taken him a long time to ingrain. and he said that he's finally starting to reap the benefits now and starting to play some consistent golf. I was a little bit worried, to be honest, that he was almost going to be like a Ricky Fowler, get really, really close a load of times and then not quite get over the finish line. But I feel like he's got the monkey off his back and he's put a few demons to rest this week by playing a quality last round and showing some nerve. And he was really honest. You know, he was so honest in his post round interview. He said it's been a long journey and that it's been really, really tough for him, and he's needed the people that have helped him.
Yeah, I think that's really interesting. I mean, coming to you, Tom, like Simon said, he's talked a lot about. He spent a lot of time searching for things over the last few years, and obviously in amongst that and searching for the right mechanics, his putting fell off because he was paying more attention to his long game. So he went through some struggles there with his setup and alignment. Just give us a little insight in how much kind of mental strength it takes for someone like Spieth to kind of keep going through that process and trying to believe that it's going to come good in the end.
Yeah, I think it's really difficult, isn't it? Especially when you have lost sort of confidence a little bit in your game, to actually get out there and try and win. It must be so tough. Obviously, if you're going out there week in, week out, everyone's expecting you to do really well, and you're not quite performing as well as what you think you can do. It's so hard to come back from that situation. Obviously, I think we're going to talk a little bit about some mishit shots and stuff in a bit from Spieth. But obviously, we always think back to obviously some of the memorable moments that he's had, and almost think it's so hard to actually get over those. I can imagine in the back of his head, they're still replaying in his mind. So he's worked really, really tough to actually come through that and actually get the win, which I knew he was going to do, obviously, but he's done so well.
And this is the thing, you touched on it there. Confidence is such a key word. When golfers, even at the highest level, lose confidence, the golf course can become a really difficult place. And like you touched on, Simon, particularly with a two-way miss, it's okay sometimes if you're missing it one way because you can kind of play around it. But when you've got it going both ways, that is really hard to get yourself around a golf course. So no, it's been brilliant to see him finally get back. He's starting to look, arguably from a ball striking point of view, particularly his driving, almost looks better than what he was before.
I'd agree. Yeah.
I mean, I think yesterday in the final round, I think he hit a couple of shaky tee shots on 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Hit a great iron into the par 3 third. And then he hit something like 7 or 8 fairways in a row after that. I mean, it was a proper driving exhibition. So, yeah, really, really impressive stuff from him. Brilliant to see. But Simon, if we come to you now, if you run through our results from the predictions.
Yeah, so I think this week was probably our best week in terms of winners picked. Our worst week in terms of humiliation because Tom is absolutely unbearable. But yeah, we've had quite a few. So obviously you picked Spieth, Tom, that you've alluded to, mate. John, well done. Lewis Sands picked Jordan Spieth. Dan Parsons picked Jordan Spieth. Charlie Camper picked Jordan Spieth. John picked Jordan Spieth. So we had a lot of winners in there. We had a lot of people that were inside the top 30 as well. So some really, really good scores. Not too many -5s this week as well. So some really strong picks. In terms of the overall leaderboard now, Andrew Cameron and Julie Deakin are tied first with 27 points. Very, very impressive. Tied first, sorry. Did I say third? Tied first, 27 points. Anyway, third is Dan Parsons with 24. And then fourth, we've got Tim Hodson with 23. You boys are absolutely flying up that leaderboard now. So, Matt, you are on 19. So 8 points behind the leader. Very easily achievable. We all know it can change so quickly. And Tom, your meteoric rise from the bottom of the leaderboard after week one.
I'll tell you what.
You're on 17 points.
Has just turned around, correct his way up there.
17 points.
I mean, if you're going on form, obviously week one started with -5. So he's got 22 points from that point on. On the form sheet, he's the most form prediction.
Yeah. Any chance of not inflating his ego a little bit more?
I know. What am I doing?
He doesn't need this. We don't need this.
Big
Leave it
me up a
out.
bit.
Leave it out. Yeah, Tom, you've done all right, mate.
Keep
yeah,
going.
it's,
Keep
it's
going.
all right.
I like it, Matt. Most informed picker at the moment.
I can't believe I just. I don't know.
Basically,
know.
telling all the listeners, listen to whoever's going to pick in the Masters, and you know what?
Yeah,
That's
well,
who's
just
gonna
get
win.
on
it's
Betfred, guys. That's all he does.
It's important to mention, to be fair, the curse has been lifted.
The curse has been lifted, actually.
The curse has been lifted.
Oh,
Tom's
wow.
dreadful curse of picking top players who then play awful has finally gone.
Now, I'll tell you what's changed. It was when I used to lie on the
I can't wait to hear this.
podcast.
Here we go.
I've started sitting up every single week. I've just got higher and higher. Do you know what I mean? And then
You've had a little spin today.
rise
Is
to
that
the top.
something that we're going to keep?
Yeah, I think it might have to be. Every time I win, I might just have to enter the podcast like this.
Absolutely unbearable.
It's very 007.
I know, it's like it.
You need a little cat.
Yeah.
But as a result of your turn, you've leapfrogged back over me again, and I am sitting well
Last
down the
place.
leaderboard on 13 points. I'm very mid-table, Barry average.
Oh dear.
Not good times for me.
Never mind. There's plenty of weeks ahead. Plenty of weeks ahead. Lots
Definitely.
of time to catch up. But look, I am massively hyped for our main topic this week because anybody who knows anything about golf knows that this week is arguably the best week of golf in the calendar year. It's Masters week. So for our Masters special episode, we are running through our top 5 Masters moments. Now, this is a really interesting topic because people of different generations will come up with very different lists of
For sure.
top 5 moments. So let's just be clear. These are our top 5 moments, but other people would have different ones. So it's subjective. It can change based on who you are and what you like.
And put your top 5 moments in the comments. Like, tell us what you think.
Absolutely.
Like, if you differ from us or you think one shouldn't be in the top 5, then let us know. Comment down below.
Definitely. So what we'll do is we'll run through from 5 all the way down to 1, and then we might as well go into some Masters Meltdowns as a little bit of a contrast.
Yeah, lovely. Yeah.
Which I think will be very interesting. So in at number 5, I feel like I'm presenting like Top of the Pops or something. This week at number 5, we're going to go with Tom. I'm going to let you introduce it, actually. Go on.
All right. So for me, this is number 5. It could be a lot higher up the list for me personally, but I had to just persuade these two boys to put this even in. But
really
Louis Albatross, I mean, what a shot. It went all the way down, rolled all the way down to the right-hand side, dropped in the hole for a 2 on a par 5. I mean, what a shot.
Yeah.
You got to admit, it was a fantastic shot.
Yeah, that is rare. It'd be interesting to see, how many albatrosses there are compared to hole-in-ones, because they're a lot, obviously, rarer. But that would be a good little stat to have.
I did like that with a hole-in-one as well that hit off the golf ball.
The other one that you're trying to argue to get into.
Tried to get that in, but obviously no.
Yeah, let's just be clear. Tom had a lot of strong arguments for some shots and moments that have not made it into the top 5.
Yeah.
That is important to mention. But
we gave him Louis Oosthuizen, so he'd stop.
I got my one in the end.
Yeah,
it crept into top 5.
And to be fair, I don't mind it being there. I mean, was it 2012 final round?
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, it's an incredible shot. I can't remember the yardage. I feel like it was around 234 yards, and he hit like a 4-iron from the top of the hill.
Can't remember the yardage, but 234, like proper precise.
I think it's somewhere in that region. Might be 237. I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay.
But look, it is a massively impressive shot. That second shot into that par 5 is, I mean, comes at a great time in the round. It's early on. It's a great chance to get a birdie or an eagle and get your round jump started. But to make albatross in the final round, that really catapults yourself.
Yeah, and the amount that it rolled on the green as well, it was insane. It just seemed like it went forever.
I can't remember what it was, but they put. I remember I saw some footage once where they put a timer from the minute he hit it to when it actually dropped.
No,
and it's somewhat ridiculous. It's like 20 something seconds because it takes so long when it hits the ground to roll all the way around. But
that's why
yeah,
it's just so memorable and up there in the top 5.
it is a brilliant shot.
It is good. You know what? I've got to say as well, with his swing being so pure, I think that sort of contributes to it as well. Just like seeing him, seeing him strike it and his swing being so good, it's like it makes it perfect.
I mean, his swing arguably is in the top 5 swings as well.
That could be a topic.
Jim Furyk.
Top 5 golf swing. That, you're right, that is a future topic.
Yeah.
We'll keep that one.
Yeah, save it. We've hit on an absolute gold nugget there.
We've come on to a good one there. Right. In at number 4, Simon, introduce it for us. I'm
Bubba
loving
Watson.
this. I'm so enjoying myself.
Bubba Watson in the playoff on the 10th.
Yeah.
Was it? Yeah. Was it 2018, 2017?
No.
Earlier?
Yeah.
Way earlier?
Yeah.
It's got to be like 13 or 14, surely.
No.
I think it was 2011.
No, get off. No way. It was later than that.
Whatever
year it was.
Keep talking. I'll find out.
You got to think, when Jordan Spieth dunked it in the water, that was 2016.
I feel like it. Oh no, yeah, you might be right.
Got to be before. He's before that. It's got to be.
It was his first Masters win, weren't it? Yeah, it was, because the second one he cried on the 18th green.
No, he cried on the 18th green on this one.
He always cries.
10th green.
He always has a little blubber on the 18th.
Which means
Blubber Watson.
Blubber Watson.
Blubber Watson. Well, anyway, 2012.
No. God, I've skipped like 6 years there. What happened in those 6 years? Anyway, whatever year it was. Coming out of the trees. So he's in the trees, in the pine straw, on the right-hand side of 10.
Yeah.
And he's got to hit what? 60, 70 yard hook, something like that, if not more, with a wedge in his hand.
Yeah.
And like we said, I mean, we've talked about it before, but I don't think that there's anyone else on the planet who could do that. He just sees these sorts of shots. I don't think I've ever seen him play just a straight golf shot. He has to shape it some way. That's just what he sees. And so that's what he's used to. But to be able to pull that off with a wedge under that pressure as well, in arguably one of the biggest tournaments in the world, is just incredible. So deserves to be top 5.
Agreed.
I'd agree with that.
Whatever year it was.
Incredible shot. It's not 2018 when you thought it was.
I don't know what's happened there. I've had an absolute stinker.
You've had a bit of a shocker there, but never mind. Right. So next up, in at number 3, and we had a bit of a discussion about where to place this one. It's a bit of a difficult one. I mean, when you get to the top 3, it's tough. But we've gone for Tiger Woods' comeback win in 2019.
Shocky's talking about Tiger, right, Tom?
No, look at his little picture in the background as well.
I mean, I've got the main one here for all the Tiger fans out there. You've got to love it. But I mean, this win was impressive for a lot of reasons.
Yeah.
Obviously, with everything that he'd been through, with all the surgeries, with his back and his knees and all the injuries. And
the controversies as well.
Controversies, yeah. He'd been in the public for the wrong things, in the media for the wrong things. And that year, he'd started to find his form again. And the big discussion was, could Tiger win another major? And that week, everything fell into place. On Sunday, when everybody started falling away, I think it was something like 5 out of the last 6 players hit the ball in the water on 12. And he was the only one to find the green. And then I think he birdied 13, 15 and 16 coming in.
Yeah, something like that. He had a strong finish, didn't he?
Something like that, and got himself a 2-shot lead with 2 to play. Meant that he could make a casual bogey on 18 to win. But I think the best thing about that win was him coming off the 18th green and having his kids there. And it was kind of like this full circle thing from when he won his first Masters and his dad greeted him off the 18th green. And then then the dad with his kids there. That was like, even if you're not a Tiger fan, it was impossible to not enjoy and appreciate that moment.
Yeah.
Exactly. And it makes things different. I don't know whether you've seen the clips of it, but obviously he was out. Was he last group?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's out last group. Like you can see clips of Brooks who was in front of him and stuff. And when he's made birdie, they're all looking around on the tee box. They're all watching. And it's just, it's so different when it's Tiger. Like it's just that Tiger effect. It just makes it so much more special for it to happen. Yeah.
I mean, that tee shot on 16, the par 3.
Yeah.
I mean, he was staring that thing up and down. He was stalking it, and he's like telling it to like go in. He loved it. Incredible shot at such a. I mean, we talked about clutch moments last week. That was seriously clutch. Yeah, seriously clutch. So yeah, that one for us has gone in at number 3.
Very, very good. Yeah,
love that.
Very good.
Right, in at number 2, Simon. What have we got?
Number 2, sort of similar, I guess. Similar sort of feel. So
yeah.
I've gone for Jack Nicklaus getting his 6th Masters in 86, 46 years old, and had a huge comeback. Like he was, again, sort of like Tiger. It was one of those questions. It was up in the air. Will he win another major? And just has an unbelievable last round. I think what did he birdie for like 5 out of the last 9 holes or something like that. Anyway, he had an absolute fire back 9 and just comes in and wins it and wins his 6th green jacket at 46. And it's just that for me cemented him as the best player ever for me. I know you'll disagree. But I think he's the best player
ever.
Hang on, you're choosing this moment to drop the bomb that you think Jack Nicklaus is better than Tiger?
Yeah, I was trying to catch you off guard because I know that we're going to have a serious discussion about this, and you're not going to be very happy.
What?
I mean, this is another kind of whole episode, the GOAT debate.
I'll tell you what, though.
God, we've got landed on some nuggets today.
Sorry, you shouldn't be dropping that when you know Matt is clearly the biggest Tiger Woods fanboy.
No, do you know what?
I know.
It's not. Do you know what it is for me?
Oh, he's right. He's handling the camera. He's like, no.
Right. The numbers, I get it. He's got 18 majors when Tiger's got 15. I can get all the stats fine.
Okay.
What I don't understand at this point is how someone from the Tiger generation can pick Jack over Tiger when you did not watch Jack Nicklaus at all.
Yeah.
How is that possible? How can you pick the player that wasn't even in your generation?
Why do I need to watch him?
Because you can't fully appreciate the golfer when you've not even watched the guy play. Like you've grown up in a Tiger generation, being the most dominant player ever.
I've watched Jack Nicklaus on TV as well. Everyone's watched Jack Nicklaus play.
Yeah, but on TV,
play golf.
You've not grown up with him, and Jack Nicklaus wasn't the reason why you started playing golf.
Putting it out there as well. True. If you look at the competition, the competition now is a lot harder and a lot higher than it was back then.
Is it though?
Yeah, definitely.
Is it though?
Yeah.
How do you know?
Look at football back in the day. You look at the same.
Literally, Jack had to beat Arnold Palmer when he first came out. Arnie was the king. Gary Player a little bit later on when he came on the scene. And that's
Seve.
Well, Seve was just coming into his pomp when Jack
still at his prime
was falling out. In fact, I mean, Seve Gate. I mean, we've put ironic. We've put Nicklaus in at number 2 for that Masters. What people forget is that was Seve's Masters. He was winning that, and then he fatted his second shot at 15 into the lake, made bogey, and just left it wide open for Jack to walk through.
Do you know why he did that?
Why?
Because it's the Jack Nicklaus effect, because he's the best player in the world and the pressure just got to him.
Shut up.
He's the GOAT. He's the GOAT.
Right, you two are going to have a debate on this, another podcast. Otherwise, this podcast is going to be like an hour and a half.
I cannot believe that you've
Let it
dropped
go.
that bombshell.
Let it go.
At this
It's
moment.
gone now,
Let
Matt.
it
It's
go.
gone. It's gone.
Talk about number one.
After the podcast, you can have I reckon we put you in a boxing ring or something. You can dress up as Jack Nicklaus. You can dress up as Tiger Woods, and we'll see who wins.
I've lost my head. I've lost my head. Do you know what? I need a moment. Tom, can you introduce our number one, please?
Number one is going to be Tiger Woods. I guess who's picked this one?
Shock.
Yeah, Tiger Woods chip shot. I mean, it has got to be the best moment in the Masters. Everyone comes back to it all the time. We spoke about it in previous podcasts, but the chip Tiger Woods did on the 16th hole, and the ball just rolled all the way down, and then on the last roll, dropped into the hole. I mean, it's just such a memorable moment.
Yeah,
it's the greatest shot ever played.
Oh, I think it's probably
I
well
think
up there,
it's got to be. Yeah,
it's the greatest golf shot ever played. 100%.
Yeah.
Can't beat it.
But you know, Tiger isn't listening to this podcast. You know that, right?
You don't know that.
You're right. Actually, I don't
Maybe he's tuned in. Maybe he's the question this week. We've got a swing review on with Tiger Woods.
Yeah. And Tiger, if you are watching, there's always a seat for you on the podcast. I'm sure we can remove one of the hosts named Simon.
Yeah.
He can go out for the week because you
don't
think
worry,
Jack's
mate.
the goat.
I'll spin round for you,
get
Tiger.
Yeah.
You guys.
Maybe one day, he'll be in the chair. It won't be me that spins round. It'll be Tiger Woods in the seat.
Can you imagine?
Exactly. As he spins round in his wheelchair.
Oh no!
No.
Come on, Matt.
Oh, he's never going to come on the podcast.
What have I done? What have I done?
He was a friend of the
Tiger,
podcast. He's not anymore.
Tiger, if you're watching, I didn't mean that.
Outrageous.
He's gonna be apologising and kissing that photo tonight.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So sorry, Tiger. Sorry.
Before he goes to bed.
Really
Yeah.
Sorry, Tiger.
Sorry.
So yeah, look, that wraps up our top five. It's important to mention as well.
I think they were good. Top five.
I think it's really good. We've got. I'll run through a couple of the shots that didn't make it in because there are so many to choose from. So other notables that haven't gone in. I mean, way before our time, I don't think Tom had ever heard of him, but Gene Sarazen, 1935, made albatross on 15, went on to win
Tom
a
loves
36-hole playoff the next day.
You love an albatross.
You do love an albatross.
Larry
Mize in 1987, chipping on the playoff hole, which I think they played 11 against Greg Norman.
Yeah.
Mickelson, 2004. Which was his first major win. He birdied 12, 13, 14, 16, and 18, coming in to win by one. Incredible, to be fair. And then we got the two others that we talked about was Mickelson's eagle on 13 in 2010 when he hit the iron out the pint and straw. Yeah. Very good. And then got to mention it because I think he's the only player to ever do it. Charles Schwartzel birdie in the last 4 holes to win the Masters. Only player to ever birdie the last 4 holes to win. Incredibly impressive. Very, very hard to pick a top 5. So I think we've done well with that. I'm happy.
I think that says a lot about the tournament, that it's difficult to pick top 5 best moments.
I think probably the best thing about the Masters is the fact that, I mean, everybody says the Masters doesn't start till the back 9 on Sunday. And you can guarantee every year there will be an incredible moment that stands out. It just never, ever fails to bring drama and excitement. So that's why everybody looks forward to it every year. And that's probably why I think if you spoke to a lot of non-golfers, if they watch any golf all year, it's probably the Masters.
Yeah.
Or the Ryder Cup in a Ryder Cup year. But generally speaking, it'd be the Masters.
Yeah.
So that says a lot. Now, on the complete flip side, whilst it produces amazing moments, we've also seen some what we're going to call Masters Meltdowns.
Yes.
There's been some notable ones over the years.
Really have.
First one that comes to mind, Simon.
Yeah.
Rory McIlroy.
That was the first one that I thought of as well.
2011. Do you want to talk us through it a little bit?
He got the hooks, didn't he? He just could not stop the ball going left. no matter what he did, he played so well. Played so well as well. And I think, was it 2010 that he won the US Open and he absolutely blew the field away? And
No,
really,
it was the same year.
was it 2011?
Yeah, so it was the major after. So obviously he went through this meltdown and then went and won. Or was it the year after? Was it 2012? When he won at Congressional by like 7.
Yeah.
Can't remember if it was the same year or the year after. I'm not sure.
At least not 6 years away. But anyway, he just could not stop the ball going left. I think everyone has seen that picture of him just with his head on his club, on his driver, after he snap up to another one and it's ended up in someone's back garden. And it's just demoralising, isn't it?
Again, I mean, we've talked about it before, things that are hard to watch. That was really
It was tough to watch. Yeah, very difficult to watch.
Very difficult. And I think the other obvious one from our point of view, Tom, and I think we've spoken about it before in a previous episode, was Spieth's meltdown in 2016.
Earlier. Yeah, obviously chunking it into the water multiple times isn't something that goes
not going to get you the best score, is it?
It's something that, if I remember correctly, you've had a little experience with, haven't you, Tom?
Maybe a little last once, I think it was.
Yeah, I seem to remember a specific story.
Straight out the back of my mind, though. I couldn't even remember that one. Yeah.
But no, that obviously Spieth won in 2015, and again in 2016 looked for all the world that he was going to go back to back. He played incredible for 3.5 days, and then the wheels just completely came off and left the door wide open for, let's be fair, a very good round from Danny Willett to come through and win the green jacket, which, fair play. He saw an opportunity and he stepped through and took it, but that opportunity shouldn't have been there, and it was only created by...
to lose.
It was Spieth to lose, and he definitely lost it.
He lost it,
He lost it.
Yeah, he lost it.
Now, one of the most painful moments that I think I've ever watched was Ernie Els 7-putting the first green. I can't remember what year it was. 4 or 5 years ago, I think.
Too long ago.
It was quite...
maybe 4 or 5 years, I think, maybe.
Yeah, it's more than that, isn't it?
Okay.
I mean,
we're asking you anyway, so no matter what.
Come on, I'm normally reliable with this.
Bear with me. I'll tell you what. So you talk about it and I'll find out.
It's got to be like 2015, 2016.
I don't know. I'm not going to say anything else because I can't talk today. I've had an absolute stinker. Anyway,
2015, 2016.
He was real struggling. I don't know if you can remember, Tom. He'd been struggling for a little while. He completely lost his putter and almost got like the yips a little bit. What year was it?
2016.
Oh, God. I can't catch a break. Yeah. Anyway, so he's really struggling with the putter. He's had some yips. On the first, he's got I think it was a little downhill left to right. He was playing with Jason Day at the time. He's had a little downhill left to right. I think he's gone past the hole by about 10 foot or so. Missed the putt back up and then tried to tap it in and it's gone about 4 foot past, and then he's tried to hold that another putt and it's just shades of
way to start your round of golf, isn't it?
Yeah, shades of Henry Otto, if you've seen that clip of him literally tapping the ball around the hole until he gets it in.
I think the difference with that though, I think Henry Otto was pure frustration, whereas for the first 4 or 5 putts, Els is genuinely trying to get the ball in the hole, and he is yipping it.
Left,
I remember seeing a close up of the putt head, and that thing is all over the place.
Yeah,
I mean that was incredible. I've never seen it that bad. Yeah, it was the worst yips I think I've ever seen. And I think again, when you talk about Masters meltdowns, I don't want it to sound unfair to this guy because he's one of the best players that has played, but for whatever reason the Masters wasn't very kind to him. Greg Norman, bless him. I mean,
bless him
on 2 or 3 occasions had superb chances to win, and has either had a little meltdown of his own and somebody's come through and won,
Or Larry Mize has snatched it off him.
or Larry Mize just took it from him. I think Nick Faldo beat him in a playoff once.
Yeah.
And you just feel like, I mean, again, it feels a little bit like McIlroy. Like McIlroy's played a lot of good golf at the Masters.
Yeah.
He's been in contention a lot and hasn't got one done. And you just wonder if Rory's going to be another Greg Norman because, I think for people of Greg Norman's era, they'll probably know more about this than we will. But I think if you spoke to a lot of them, they would say it was almost unimaginable that Greg Norman could not win a Masters. And somehow he managed to avoid it.
Yeah.
Which, I mean,
it seems less likely that he wouldn't win.
Yeah.
To be honest. Because, like, I think
Rory will get a win. Rory will get a win.
Do you reckon? Do you reckon he will?
Yeah.
I hope
he will.
so. I really hope so. I mean, he's definitely got the game for around there, but it's just whether he can get rid of these demons.
It's
not this
whether
year.
He cares enough. I'm not sure he cares enough, anymore.
I think that's a really interesting debate in itself. I find it hard to believe that he doesn't care enough. I think it's just got to the point now with the Masters where it's becoming a bit of a thing, like it does with some players. And I think it's going to take something special for him to get that monkey off his back. And it's one of those, like, obviously he's one of the most naturally gifted golfers of our generation that we've seen. And I think part of the reason why maybe sometimes it comes across like he doesn't care is because we know what he's capable of and the golf that he can play. And when he's at his best, he's almost unbeatable.
Yeah.
And it's almost strange to see him then play so poorly and get in contention and not win.
It's almost frustrating.
It is frustrating
to watch.
Yeah, it is frustrating. But I think, I don't know what you think, but I think at some point, I mean, obviously he's changed his coach, which is an interesting thing because obviously he's gone away from his long-term coaching. He's gone to see world-renowned Pete Cowan.
His coach is still on the team. So he's still on the team, but he's seeking help from someone else now.
So he's got Pete Cowan on board. I see the caddy as a little bit of a problem.
Yeah.
I mean, at the time when obviously for all his major wins, he had JP Fitzgerald on the bag.
Yeah.
Brilliant partnership. It looked like it was going to be one of those ones like Mickelson and Bones Mackay, like they were going to be together forever type thing. So it was a bit of a shock when they parted ways. And he said at the time, like, he wanted to take more ownership for his game. So got a friend on the bag, Harry Diamond, had a little bit of success, won a bit, kind of had that friend on the bag, that feel good factor. But then the thing that I'm struggling with that scenario at the minute is he's had chances to win some big tournaments a lot on Sunday. And for whatever reason, he's not getting it done. And I think on Sunday in contention, having a brilliant caddy can sometimes be the difference between winning and losing.
100%.
And obviously, Billy Foster, when he left Westwood, was available. And I thought at that moment, McIlroy should have snapped him up.
Yeah.
Obviously, he's ended up with Fitzpatrick, who has found success, won the race to Dubai recently and things like that. So I think McIlroy missed a trick there. So for me, I'd want to see McIlroy with a proper established caddy on the bag who, on a back nine on Sunday, is going to be saying the right things to him at the right time.
Helping him make the right decisions as well. That's
exactly.
important.
Because right now, I don't think he's getting that.
No.
And I think it's hurting him. Yeah. So that's a really interesting thing. And that is a huge part of, for me, whether he's... Because it's been a long time since he's won a major. He's not won a major since 2014.
That's crazy to think about. He should be doing so much better than that.
We're talking about one of the best players on the planet.
Yeah.
And he's not won a major since 2014. It seems ridiculous.
Yeah, he should be doing that.
Yeah, that is going to be an interesting one.
Yeah.
So look, let's get into... We've got a brilliant question, actually.
We have.
So Tom, can you read out our question for this week?
Right, question time. Just finding it now.
We've stopped talking about Rory now, mate. Come on.
Yeah,
You
right.
can
And
come on.
back to
at
it.
one point, I was falling asleep at one point. Right. So, right, let's go. Question from the listener. And this is from Louis Sands. And he said, would you rather play 18 holes at Augusta with somebody that you hate or play 18 holes at Drayton Park Golf Club with Tiger Woods? I mean, Drayton Park Golf Club. But no, on a serious.
Best course in the Midlands. What's what you're saying?
Yeah.
But no, on a
National treasure.
serious. For me personally, I would much rather play with somebody that I really love, like Tiger Woods, round Drayton Park Golf Club, than I would go to Augusta. I mean, it's a fantastic course, but going to Augusta with somebody that I absolutely despise is just a no-go. Do you know what I mean? It's just not going to happen.
I mean,
Who would you go with? Who would you go with, though?
Go on. Yeah, who would you go with?
Who would you go with? Who's the person you despise like so much that you wouldn't play Augusta? Come on.
There's multiple. I
What,
don't think
top
I'd want to
one?
go with Sergio Garcia.
Really?
Really?
He just starts smashing up bunkers.
What, on a friendly round of
Does he
golf
do?
at Augusta? He'd start smashing up bunkers?
Yeah, I think he'd just get annoyed and start battering bunkers.
Oh, I don't know.
Well,
I thought you were
looking
gonna-
for your
I thought-
ball
I
every
don't
hole in
know.
the trees.
I thought you were
I
going to
don't
say
know.
Colin Montgomery after you.
Yeah, he's
Kind of
up there. I hate
lighting
him with
out
a
there.
passion. Like, proper miserable guy.
Don't mince your words. Do not mince your words, mate.
No, I don't mention. I was trying to avoid his name because it just boils my blood every time I think about him. Look, I'm punching him now. I don't want to think about Colin Montgomery. So going for a round of golf with him would just be a no-go for me. Plus, he's like proper old school, proper boring. You know what? I'd much rather watch paint dry than go
To be
to.
fair, though, mate, I don't think you'd see too much of him because he'd be in the fairway.
No,
So you'd be well
I'd
clear.
be past him. That's the thing. I'd be hitting it past him. He'd be all the way back there. I'd have to be bushing him, see how far back he was.
If you say so.
That's some big talk.
That is some big talk.
I'm putting it out there now.
Wow.
I'll hit my sim too right. The way past him, I'll fly.
Well, look, I'm going to go in another direction. I'm playing Augusta.
Oh.
No, I'm joking.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I'm
yeah.
joking.
Well.
Are you mad? Are you
I
mad?
get to play with Tiger.
There's no way
Tiger's my friend.
on this earth
Oh,
you
man.
would
you'd be playing
ever
with Tiger
pass up the
Woods.
chance to play a round of golf with the greatest golfer that has ever lived.
Well, you said he was in
Debatable.
a wheelchair earlier, so I don't know how he's going to get on the green and
Oh,
putt.
yeah.
No, that was just a joke.
Oh, sorry, Tiger.
Look,
It's probably a
18
good job he can't
holes.
stand up, to be fair, Tom. Might be humping his leg on the first tee.
Oh, Tiger, that was such a good shot.
Look, there's only one win. The chance to pick his brains for 18 holes, whether it's at Drake. I'd play him round a flipping par 3 course. I don't care. It's a simple answer for me. All day.
Over
Look,
Simon.
I love Augusta, and every fibre of my body wants to be able to play Augusta one day. But you can't miss a chance to play with Tiger, no matter the golf course it's on. So yeah, that's where I'm going.
Here you
Simon,
go.
what
If
you
anyone's
say?
going to pick it the other way, there's only going to be one. What are
I
you going
don't.
for,
I don't
Simon?
agree. Why would I want to play a round of golf with the second best golfer that's ever lived? What's the point?
I'm done.
In all
Well, to be
seriousness,
fair, this makes for a better podcast now, don't it, Si?
it does a little bit actually. Oh wait, no, it's ruined.
You're
It's
making
ruined.
a
It's back.
mockery of yourself, boy.
What? It's Augusta, lads. It's Augusta.
It's Tiger.
We're never going to play Augusta. Tiger's probably never going to play
Who
golf
would you go and
again.
play with then? Who would you go play with?
Someone I really, really hate.
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably me.
Matt Fieldsend. Yeah.
Apart
Yeah.
from that, golfer. Professional.
Golfer Patrick Reed.
Proper
I
golfer.
have a burning hatred for Patrick Reed. Can't stand the guy.
But you go round with him.
Yeah, I'm not saying that I'd shake his hand on the 18th green. I'd probably drop the nut.
I'm
But
in a conversation.
And how would you enjoy your
Imagine me and
round
Colin
of
Montgomery
golf?
trying to have a conversation.
no, the thing is though, no one said anything about you having to talk to him. I go and play Augusta on my own. So I ain't going to talk to him. I'm just going to play my golf and enjoy the golf course. I ain't got to listen to him. I'll put headphones in.
Can't do that, Augusta. It'd be ridiculous.
Yeah, that's true. Actually, I'll put my hood up on my golf hoodie. I'll put my headphones in, so no one can see. It's August there. Like, I would love to play that golf course.
Are you going to wear shorts with black socks as well?
Yeah, shorts with knee-high black socks. No socks, actually. Absolutely no socks. Yeah,
shorts, no socks,
hoodie.
And a hoodie.
Yeah,
and
with my beats on the outside of my hood
and a cap on backwards.
You love it. Wait, with the hood up as well?
No, hood down. So you're wearing a hoodie, but then the cap on backwards.
Cap on backwards. Okay, yeah. But no, it's everyone dreams of playing that golf course. And when else are you going to be able to play that golf course? I know it's all hypothetical. I don't think Tiger's going to play golf again. So
let's
not get into this topic.
Hang on, you've just contradicted yourself. You've just said it's all hypothetical, and then just said Tiger would take going to play golf again.
Larry again.
It's a hypothetical. It's Tiger.
Get your hands away from the camera. Calm down.
Don't get him started. Don't get him started.
He's riled.
Right, that was a fantastic question. Well done, Louis. Moving on now.
What's next, Matt? Come on, let's let it go. Let's build a bridge. Come on.
I've not got the composure for this. Predictions.
Still crying.
Right, predictions. Now, come on, focus. Predictions for the Masters.
Best golf course in the world.
Big week.
Very big
Simon,
week.
I'm going to start with you. Who is your 2021 Masters champion?
I have gone for Jon Rahm. That is my pick. Just wasn't going to play because he wasn't sure when his wife was going to give birth, but she's literally, I think it was today or yesterday.
Last couple of days. Yeah,
last couple of days anyway. So he's just had a child, and there's a little bit of superstition on the tour. Players do well when they've just had a baby and they play. The name doesn't spring to mind, but there's been a couple of winners when they've just had a baby and come back. So there's a little bit of superstition there, and he did really, really well last year as well.
That would have been a really good moment to back it up with some stats.
Yeah. In 20,
I'm having a stinker. I'm an absolute stinker. I'm normally so prepared for this. I've lost it. I've completely lost it. But Jon Rahm, anyway, did really, really well last year. Everyone knows that he's got the game for it. Lost his bottle a little bit on Sunday, which was a shame to see, but I think he could do well.
I think it's a solid pick. I think the situation with just having the baby, I do get it. There is a little bit of talk about it helping players, but I think at the same time, there's an argument to suggest that he's potentially a little under-prepped.
Screaming baby, lack of sleep, like...
Yeah, that kind of thing. So it could go the other way, but an informed Jon Rahm
hating on me this podcast.
Yeah, I know you too.
Really, I know. I should never have said that Jack Nicklaus is the best player in the world, should I?
Yeah,
that's it. Really relationship over.
I don't know how I'm ever going to look you in the eye or work ever again.
Who are you going for then, Matt?
Let it go. Who are you going for? Come on.
I had a really difficult time choosing my prediction this week.
Would you like to let the people know?
Over here.
Yeah. Would you like to let the people know your process and let Tom know your process about going ahead and picking someone? Because it is hilarious.
I'd love to, because I know that you're trying to out me for a ridiculous process, but I think it's well worthy of explaining it. I think people will appreciate it as well. So
okay, right,
it's fine. Right. I mean, Masters is a small field. There's only 88 players this year.
Very small field, yeah.
So you get the field list, 88 players.
Yeah.
Straight away, straight in, and you go to all the players that are like your old past champions who are returning to play. So Larry Mize, Ian Woosnam, Sandy Lyle, people like that. Cross them straight off. Gone. Might as well not even be there. Then you go to any rookies. Rookies don't win at the Masters. There's only ever been one, Fuzzy Zeller. It's not happened for a very long time.
Rookies do win at the Masters then?
It's happened once. Once.
All right. Okay. Go on. Carry on.
So any rookies, gone. See you later.
And this is actually how he crosses them off as well, Tom.
Yeah.
It's not so much the process, it's how he goes about it. He is absolutely loving life. He's got his little printout. Everything's all neat and tidy. He just goes along crossing people off.
I love it.
He's proper in his happy place.
So by this point, then you get rid of the amateurs. Gone.
Yeah.
So by this point, you've probably got rid of around 20, 25 golfers. So then you're into form. Now you can normally scratch off a good 20 or 25 players just based on form. Like they've hung on in there with their world ranking, but they're struggling.
Yeah.
Not really got any form. Gone. Get rid of them. So then you're left with basically maybe 25, possibly 30 players that can genuinely win the Masters. And then it's just about finding one that you fancy from there. So I came up with two names. They both happen to be South African, Christian Bezuidenhout and Louis Oosthuizen. I've gone with Louis. Yeah. He's not missed the cut at the Masters for 7 years.
He's just after points anyway. Look, he's just after a few points.
You've scared him. You've scared him, Tom.
Yeah, that's what it is.
It's the solid pick.
Guaranteed point picker.
He's had some decent form this year without winning.
-5.
So I'm fancying to have another good week. So that's why I've gone for.
In all honesty, no matter how ridiculous your little process is, I think that's a very good pick.
You missaid brilliant. You said ridiculous, but you meant brilliant.
Sorry, my mistake. Your brilliant process.
Thank you.
I think that's a good pick. I was very close to picking him as well.
There you go.
Yeah.
Right then, last one,
misery,
Tom,
mate.
Who you gone for?
Well, over the previous weeks of selecting players, I've been slated for picking the favourite. So you know what? I'm picking.
So nearly spat my drink out then. By the way, that was hilarious how you started that sentence.
I've been slated. So you know what? I'm switching it up. I'm going for a 40-1. All right. So he's not up there. He's now 40-1. I put it on at 110-1, and I'm going with Lee Westwood.
Well, you put it on at 110-1. Oh yeah, I remember you saying that you picked him. Yeah.
So did you pick him before he had his back-to-back seconds earlier in the year?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I've got him at 110-1. So obviously I got 20. I think I got like £20 each way on, or £10 each way on, something like that. I think it's £20 each way on. So hopefully, if he gets a little win, it's like a $1,500. Have a little celebration on the podcast. But yeah, I'm going with Lee Westwood. He's been playing really well. I think if he's ever going to win the Masters, he's got to be now. Do you know what I mean?
I think now's his time.
It has to be now. He can't leave it any longer. He's always done really well and then sort of bottled it, but he plays well at the Masters. He does well. But
I think everyone would love to see it as well.
That's what I mean. I think everyone's sort of itching this time now to see Westwood do something.
It'd be like when Sergio finally won his first major at the Masters. I feel like it'd be like that. I feel like it would just be like a feel-good win. Like nobody would begrudge Lee Westwood winning the Masters.
No, not at all.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, everyone would be happy.
So yeah, I hate to say it, but yeah, I do like that pick. And
strong picks there.
I would like to say, I think we've come up with 3 good ones there, to be fair.
Yeah. I mean, I'm the only one that's just had a baby. So it's got, that in their favour. So I think that edges me as the best pick for sure.
Like I said before, if you'd had some stats to back that up, I feel like there'd been some more weight behind it. But
after your poor performance in the podcast tonight, I can't see actually.
I've had an absolute shocker. You know what? I thought I was so lucky. We were 7 episodes in. You both got absolutely rinsed, and I couldn't believe it. I got away with it.
If I was categorising your performance on the podcast tonight in golfing terms, it'd be miscut.
Nah.
Yeah.
Nah.
You've missed the cut in podcasting terms.
Not a chance.
Yeah. Or you've made the cut, but then come last after making the cut.
Okay, I feel like that's fair.
Is that fair?
I'll agree. I think that's fair.
Is that fair?
Yeah.
So you've made the cut on the number. You've scraped it round in 1 over for the first 2 days. Made the cut, and then you've just shot 99. And then you've just shot 82, 84 over the weekend. Is what you've done. Yeah. It was all going so well until you said that Jack Nicklaus is the GOAT, and then
he's the
the whole world just
That's
imploded.
fair enough. If that's his opinion, it's not that that's let him down. It's the dates and everything that's gone on tonight.
I've just had a stinker, boys. I don't know what to say to you.
It's one of them. It's like when Matt had 8 takes last week. We're not going to bring it up again, but
Of course, we wouldn't bring it up again live in front of people.
The important thing is you're around friends. We won't ever bring it up again. We'll never let it play on your mind. So you can just go away, regroup, come back next week, and
coming from 8 take, Matt, over here.
Back stronger.
8 take, Matt. Back stronger.
Back stronger.
Yeah, Peter Crouch, fan of the pod.
So, lads, look, that's been such a brilliant podcast. I've loved that. Like I said at the start, I was so hyped to do this one, our Master Special. Some great discussion, as always, brilliant banter. Look, we hope you've all enjoyed it, listening as well. As we say every week, please like the video, feel free to leave comments, and of course hit that subscribe button below. You can find us on Instagram and Twitter. Look for the handle @PutItStraight, and of course get your emails and questions into us at what email, Tom?
PutItStraightPodcast@gmail.com. And remember as well, let us know your predictions. We want to know who's going to win the Masters, don't we? So obviously remember, guys, who got it right last week, make sure to probably go with his pick. It might help you out and win some money as well.
And let me know if you think that I've missed the cut this week.
I can't believe that Tom's managed to sabotage the outro by plugging his win again.
If you watch, we should do a little montage of how many times he said.
We should. We really should.
Podcast@gmail.com.
Love it.
And on that bombshell, we're going to say goodbye. So thank you very much for watching. We hope you've enjoyed it, and we will see you next week for episode 9.
Yeah. See you later, guys. Cheers.
Oh my goodness. In your life have you seen anything like that? There it is. A win for the ages.